Bijan delivered. Bucky delivered. A lot of players delivered. Some players did not. We're going to break all of that down in the Week 13 recap show, the Week 13 reaction show. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Devon Achane. The reason why all of the spinach in your hometown has gone missing. This man's been consuming spinach since he was born, consuming all of it. And Bijan, don't even get me started on Bijan.
Achane. Achane is the man. His haters call him small,
but he is 9 feet tall.
Achane is the man.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Bring it in, boys. Bring it in, boys. Set him down nice and not gently. The boy can handle it. The boy can handle it as he's been doing it as we said he would. We invented Achane. We invented Achane. Go get us a coffee. How many people complain about this kid? Oh, he's too small. He'll never be good, Smitty. He'll break down. According to reports, he's not explosive enough in the staying healthy category. He's too small. He'll never be an every down back in this league. And we have to say,
You've just been Smitty disapproved.
Achane went absolutely ballistic, nuclear in this Week 13 affair. 22 totes, 134, and a touchdown in the Dolphins win, adding more through the air. But this guy was unstoppable. He's a workhorse. He's a machine. He's a monster. He's a top 5 overall pick next year. I don't care what anybody says. He is doing it game in, game out. Game script doesn't matter. Defensive scheme doesn't matter. Who they're playing doesn't matter. What your mom made for dinner, meatloaf, no meatloaf, doesn't matter. Every week he's Smitty approved.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Carrying people this week, Achane was. Bijan, what can we say about Bijan other than Bijan's just a monster. He lives in a bad situation, but he still makes do. A little less consistent than Achane. There'll be games where he has 70 yards, but 23 totes, 142 and a touchdown, and adding 5 receptions for 51 yards.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Hi, my name is Bijan Robinson. I like long walks on the beach. And, well, I also like scoring touchdowns.
Bijan walks in, gets you 142 and a touchdown, and just does a glorious job. The only concern is this team, this staff, this coaching staff that should be fired. They didn't prepare their team very well. It's all on Bijan's shoulders, and as it should be, really. But they don't even give him the ball some weeks as much as they do other weeks. This week they did. When they give him the ball, he does well. It's kind of amazing how that works. Kyle Pitts did pretty well in this game. This was a Week 13 loss to the Jets, so the outcome wasn't what we want. Could they shut some players down at the wrong time at the very tail end of the season? Who knows with these kinds of seasons that unfold. the way they do, because it's not like the player wants to sit early, but if they get any sort of nick or bruise or ding, and they're like, damn, I'm fighting for nothing. But Bijan's not that kind of guy. It would be a coaching decision. But I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to fill your head with fear. I'm just saying that this team, it's so disappointing watching this amount of weaponry. This amazing eclectic group of players. London not playing right now, continues to be kind of unreliable. And I still love London still lingering in the top, like 8 wide receivers overall, even missing time. But it's just, you can't expect or, count on this offense or this organization. Feels like the Jets organization in some ways. But it doesn't matter when it comes to Bijan. It might matter when it comes to London a little bit, because London's got to rely on Kirk Cousins. Bijan's going to continue to produce. Maybe not, like I said, as consistent as Achane, but he'll be there 3 out of 4 games doing this kind of work. Then he's going to have a 70-yard game, no touchdowns. It's just going to happen. It ends up being the way that it works in this volatile world we live in. I'll tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, there's another man that's back. A man that had a second touchdown that was called back because of penalty. And so we'd be looking at a much bigger line. But we're talking about a man named Bucky Irving, 17 totes. So we're going to ease him in, give him 30% of the workload. What would we say would probably happen here? We'd be double talked to. We'd be given lies, spitting lies out of the mouth of offensive coordinators everywhere, every year, all year, every year. Every year we just get lied to. And it gets worse. It gets worse, but we knew better, didn't we? We knew better than to say, oh, Bucky's getting 30% of the workload. I don't think so, because Bulls came out and said, hot hand approach, and we said what? That would be a good thing. Hot hand approach is the music to everyone's ears. Everyone goes, hot hand approach, I don't like that term, Smitty. We love it because they were saying 30% one moment, then Bulls said, we'll go hot hand. We'll put Bucky in, is what he said, and if he does, we'll see what he does. And if, whatever happens, happens. Hot hand approach after that. Hot hand being Bucky stays in. Now, Bucky scored a touchdown. It got called back. Everybody was pretty much in their feelings. This sucks. I knew this was going to happen. Bucky scored again. He says, redo. Let me redo the house call. 17 totes, 61 yards, a touchdown in this Week 13 win, which is important for the morale and the momentum of this team. Week 13 win over the Cardinals, adding 2 receptions for 20 yards. It was a nice day at the office for the Buckmeister.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Get buckied. 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 Oh, Bucky.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. When I watch Bucky run, it's like poetry. I don't like musicals. I don't like poetry. But when I watch Bucky run, I feel like I do. I feel like I can get into it. This man, take a Bucky bath with me. Enjoy. This man playing football, it brings excitement back to the game. Excitement that sometimes I think vanishes with the injuries and the bus. And he was injured. He was out. And sometimes you get down and you watch a guy like Bucky run and you just say, this is exciting. This is why I watched the game. This is why I played the game of fantasy football. But Bucky looked fantastic. He looked shifty. He looked unstoppable. He looked like he was knifing through the defense like butter. And this is why we love Bucky. I know there's been some doubting moments like, what do I do? Do I hold on to him? And for some of you, you needed to trade him a while ago. And that was needed to get into the playoffs. For those that were able to wait, this was a great move too. There were 2 ways to play this. No one was wrong for trading him at the time because he was taking so damn long to get back into the lineups of everyone that owns him. But if you were able to hold on to him, it was damn worth it. And he would have had 2 touchdowns. You got to love this production on the first game back. And you got to love what's probably to come. This knifing through defenses, fantastic, slippery player that's going to just get you what you need every single week. 100 total yards and feels like a good, strong 80% chance of a touchdown. That's just the way Bucky feels when he's out there on the field doing his work, doing his job. Bucky is damn Smitty approved. I'll tell you that right now.
Let him cook.
All right, let's go through these real quickly. We've got very little time before this game kicks off, and I want to make sure I handle any other super chats that might linger in at the last second. So let's blast through these. We got the Achane stats out. We got Devontae Adams 4 for 5, 4 receptions, 58 yards. Not a very good day, is it? No, keep reading. 2 touchdowns because that's what Devontae Adams does. Oh man, what a monster. You know who's not a monster? This guy, biggest bust in fantasy football history the last 5 years, maybe. 2 of 3, 28 yards, got the sole seat at the table. He's no longer needing or required to sit at the kids' table on Turkey Day or Turkey Week. Instead, he goes and grabs a paper plate anyways and sits at the folding table and doesn't even produce good enough to sit at the folding table. The kids are running circles around him. He's a waste of space. This guy's so disappointing. I don't even know I could even get myself to draft him. I don't care where I'm getting him because you know why? You know why I won't draft BTJ next year? Because I'd be tempted to play him. I'd be tempted to play him. And I don't want to be tempted to play him. I don't want to play BTJ. If I drafted him, I'd say things like I said to even some of you, and I'll take a lap on that. It's my fault. My fault. Whoa, wrong button. Wrong button. No mashed potatoes on that one. Here's a lap for me. Here's a lap for me. I'll take a lap because you know what? You see him on your roster. You're tempted to mother freaking play him. Oh, but what if? What if? Oh, but he was number 4 last year. I said all these things. And I should be ashamed of myself. In fact, Miss Smitty, take away my meatloaf tonight. No meatloaf for me. Because I should have known better. I should have known better than to tell people asking me questions, taking my advice seriously. Here I am going, oh, just try BTJ out one more time. He's at the big kids' table. This guy picked up a paper plate and walked over to the little kids' folding table and tried to sit down and eat. What a disaster. Garbage. Garbage. This kid doesn't have drive. I don't know how he even ended up being the number 4 wide receiver last year. Doesn't even make sense. Doesn't pencil out at all. One single bit. ETN, this is a disappointment as well. 12 carries, 28 yards. Adding 1 reception for 13 yards, it feels like Tootin is back in the saddle, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know when it's going to happen, but he scored the touchdown. 8 carries, 17 yards, touchdown in the win over the Titans, adding 1 reception for 2 yards. This is the man Liam Cohen drafted. You know it's a matter of time. And what have I said over and over and over the last handful of weeks? There's going to be one player, usually a running back, usually a rookie, but not always. Not always a running back either. Sometimes it's a running back and a wide receiver. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 players. But usually there's a running back, a rookie, that does something in the final 2 or 3 weeks of the season that leaves your jaw dropping and you don't know what to do. You're puzzled. You're confused. How do I extrapolate that into next season? What's it mean? It's only 2 or 3 games. I have a feeling that this is the guy that's going to do it. And this is why we've been telling you to roster and hold him all year. We don't know when to use him. It's confusing. I get it. It's a rough roller coaster ride. No one has to feel bad about benching Tootin this week because he didn't explode, but it looks like we're scratching again at the surface of maybe a little bit of a takeover or a 50-50 divide. We'll see how it ends up going down. Fannin Jr., 3 receptions, 43 yards, and a touchdown. He stepped up big time in this game for people that were in dire straits at the tight end position. And if you had him in there, congratulations.
Let him cook.
For a tight end in a very bleak position that oftentimes requires some outside-the-box thinking and some acceptance of some lower-scoring production, this is a good day at the office for Fannin. JT was bottled up for the majority of the day, did some good work at the end, 21 totes, 85 yards, and a Week 13 loss to the Texans, adding 3 catches for 38 yards on 5 targets. Not a horrible day at the office, but it was not JT-like, of course. And Judkins, this was the game I feared he'd have. Lots of work, nothing explosive, nothing crazy. 3 catches was decent, to be honest, and with what Judkins probably brings to the table each week. 1 catch for 7 yards, 1 catch for -2 yards is what you kind of think of Judkins right now. Not because of him necessarily, but the way they use him and what comes with Judkins. But 3 catches, 18 yards, 91 yards, that's it. No touchdowns. Weather wasn't as big of a factor as we kind of feared and everybody made it out to be, but it was cold. The game script didn't allow him to do much. This guy right here, Kyron Williams, people cried and complained about him during the game. By halftime, he was hurt. Everybody's like, these trash, the takeovers happen. You know who you are in the Patreon. Stop. Anybody in the Patreon that was complaining, I love my Patreon people, you know that. But anybody was crying and complaining about Kyron. No soup for you for 7 days. No Kyron Williams. talk. You can't mention Kyron's name in the Patreon for 7 days. That's your penance for doubting this man who then comes back in, scores a touchdown, does what he does, even if it's 13, 12, 14, 15 carries, 72 and a touch. He keeps continuing to do it. Now, I will admit, I don't know what's in store for him for the future. That's why a lot of times in trades, I say trade Kyron in Dynasty. His workload's been intense. The divide's starting to open up a little bit. The workload divide is starting to get spread out. And eventually, he will fall off the map. And I'd rather be early than late. I love Kyron. It pains me to even say that. But in Dynasty, we are starting to look to trade him. But the Doomsday Kyron people, they make me laugh. Kyron's still doing work. He's still out there doing work, doing what he does best. Making people that complain about him look really, really sad later when they throw. And I'm not trying to be, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not ripping on my Patreon people that ripped on Kyron, but we're laughing about it. So come on, man, you do this every week. Hey, the sky is falling for Kyron. Kyron Williams is the best. They're in there celebrating after. Kyron Williams will probably continue to scare you because there's multiple running backs being used and they're trying to work to something right now. They're trying to work to become one of the best teams in the league. And they've got to keep everybody healthy. But Kyron, after his injury, walks straight in, flexes his touchdown. Amazing run, too. It was knifey. It was explosive. But Kyron doesn't have explosives. I've watched, according to the data on these other shows, Kyron's not explosive. He's just not explosive, Smitty. He's damn explosive. He's damn shifty. He's damn near everything that you want in a running back. He's awesome. He continues to score touchdowns. What can Kyron do to prove to you he's going to continue to do it, at least this year? But yes, the mileage is adding up. Eventually, I would look to trade him in Dynasty. Now would be the time to explore that. McBride, 8 of 9, 82 yards and a touchdown. Great day at the office for McBride. He continues to shine with Brissett. I did say Brissett's going to get figured out a little bit, and he kind of did a little bit today, just like he kind of did a little bit less last week. He's still good enough to produce, but it's not going to be quite the same. There's going to be ups and downs to Brissett's game, and he still produced a good line. MHJ looked like he got injured again, then he was okay, and then so kind of a scare. We don't really know. We'll monitor this thing. It's kind of one of those things with MHJ where he plays, and then later on he's questionable all week. It's like, come on, bro. You went out and played again. Like, you know, went out and played, and you ran around. Like, what are we doing? I get so disappointed by MHJ. The output was pretty good. 6 of 7. 69 yards, could have been a lot worse, but we need him to step up. If he starts getting questionable and sits out this week, I'm done with him. Now is the time. Ride or die. Marvin Harrison Jr., it's time to get on your saddle like a big boy and ride into the sunset, not away from it, okay? So let's see what you do this next contest that you have, because I better see something. And otherwise, you're BTJ to me. MHJ, BTJ. Maybe we're getting rid of all the three-letter abbreviated players. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. JT, Fannin, ETN, Chuba. This was a little bit of a disappointing, not disappointing output. Again, I know a lot of people are going to say that Dowdle has lost his job, and my answer to you would be, I don't know that you fully watched the game. I understand how it feels because you looked at the box score. But Dowdle having, I don't know if I have Dowdle's screenshot. I thought I had Dowdle's screenshot here. I think I just have Hubbard's right here. But Hubbard and Dowdle got more carries. Dowdle had, I believe, 18. It was 18 or 19 carries. And he just had lower yards per carry. It wasn't his fault. He runs like a monster. It's just they were the wrong play calls, the wrong situation, the wrong time. He runs like a monster. This guy also caught an amazing, and let's give credit where credit's due. Chuba looked good. But he definitely had different lanes than Dowdle did. Sometimes the change of pace back comes in, and that's what Chuba's kind of been, but it's a 50-50 divide, at least this game it was. It wasn't last game. Dowdle got 6 carries, Chuba got 3. Like it just was low carries. This was a true 50-50 split. Dowdle got, I believe, 18 carries, which is plenty. Look at what Hendy's done with 14, 15 carries. Look what Gibbs does with 14 or 15 carries. I think it's a little misplaced when people say, hey, oh my God, I can't believe Dowdle. He's lost his job when he's getting 18 totes. What we want is Dowdle to deliver on the 18 carries. 18 carries is all you need. 18 carries, 3 or 4 receptions. I do believe things will be better for Dowdle down the stretch. I believe he becomes a little bit harder to start in very tight spots. And some of you have such good teams that we will have to look at it. 10-team leagues, some of your 12-team leagues too might have Dowdle in the flex maybe this week, and you got a couple players you're balancing. But, Chuba is definitely a consideration for a flex play. 83 yards, 41 yards receiving, and a touchdown on 2 receptions. It was a good day at the office for Chuba. Not a lot of people started him because it's still risky business going in that direction. But we'll have more on the Dowdle and Chuba divide this week. Strange caught 3 of 4 for 45 and a touchdown. We knew this was going to be a good day at the office for Strange, and boy, did he get his meatloaf. I smell meatloaf. Meatloaf. I know some people are going to say, oh, big game. Oh, Smitty, big game, huh? Well, it is because, again, this is a position in dire straits. Bryce Young going over to this one right here, 15 to 20, 206, 3 touchdowns. Nice day for Bryce Young at the office. I admit I doubted him this week, and he delivered. Although we did say that the way football works is Carolina probably wins this game. That's the way the NFL is. You think, oh, the Rams are going to blow them out. And we said a couple times, don't be surprised if, this is football. This is the way this stuff gets flipped upside down. Tyler Warren, nice day at the office considering. 3 of 4, 22 yards and a touchdown. He was very sick in this game. He had an illness, but he delivered on the score. Salvaged the day for sure. If that touchdown wasn't there, it would have been a different day at the office. But a great day at the office at the end of the day for some of these tight ends that got a score. 1 of 2 catches, one catch on 2 targets. 43-yard touchdown though. So that salvaged the day. Tet was going catchless like JJ and JSN were for the majority of the day. It was a despicable performance for the Vikings and for the Seattle Seahawks for the offensive production. Matthew Stafford completed 18 of 28 for 243 yards and 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions in this Rams Week 13 loss to the Panthers and Bryce Young. Stafford, don't lose hope over one game on Stafford. He's still a great quarterback, and you're not going to always have a great game. Here's the Rico Dowdle one. Sorry, here it is. Rico Dowdle, 18 totes, 58 yards. He didn't get the right work. It happens. Adding 2 receptions for 21 yards, and it was enough work. It just wasn't the production we wanted. So you can run away from Rico and say he got benched, but you're really box score Bobbying the thing. He got 18 carries. It wasn't a good day at the office, returning that value. Puka Nacua, 6 catches on 9 targets, 72 yards, no touchdowns. It was kind of bland. You wanted more. I get it. I wanted more. You wanted more. We all wanted more. Nico Collins, look at this guy, 5 of 10, 98 yards, no touchdown. No, he had the touchdown. It was on the ground. He ran the touchdown. That's right. Amazing day at the office. I forgot about the running touchdown. That was what the glorious part about his day was. But 5, 98, and a rushing touchdown. Very good day at the office. He continues to do great things. He continues to thrive. Doesn't matter who's in there at quarterback. He continues to do it. Love Nico. He just got to stay healthy. That's all he's got to do. Kyron, we did that. Judkins, we did that. JT, Fannin, ETN, Chuba. Buka, disappointing day. 4 of 8, 42 could have been worse. 8 points is better than 0, but we wanted more. Will he break through his rookie wall? A lot of you are going to sit Buka next week. I'm not, because he'll break through his rookie wall, and the people that sit him will be disappointed, and that's fine. You can sit him if you want. I'm still starting him. I can still find a place to put him as my wide receiver 3 or my second flex when I'm going 2 wide receiver, 2 running back, and 2 flexes. I'm easily starting him still. But I get people are upset. I get it. It's the way it is. Super chats right now, and then we'll jump straight into pregame here if we don't run right into the game. $20 hauler from Slick Rick. Are you on a plane, my guy? Are you on a plane?
Super chat alert.
That's my boy Rick. Rick says, Smitty, guess where Slick Rick is? In a plane, flying from Newark, New Jersey to Fort Myers, Florida. How about our boy Devon Achane today? Need 20 from Harvey tonight. Let's get the meatloaf. All right, yeah, we're gonna play that Triple H and Associate, or we need a Harvey video. We need a specific Harvey video. We need a Harvey video. We can play Triple H and Associates because, we do need a house call from both Hendy and Harvey this week still to come, pending house calls in effect. Harvey or Hendy, I'd probably go Hendy, but I'll tell you, man, you're gonna 50% chance you're upset. Like Eddie, it's not easy. Let's go to the chat. Chat vote, Harvey or Hendy. Please vote for Eddie. I would lean Hendy, But I'm really leaning both. I'm leaning like I can't, like you're asking me an impossible decision. Went from dead last to second place after today. Jimmy Stacks going crazy. I bet people ripped on your team, Jimmy. I bet you have Hendy, Jimmy. I bet you got players that are stepping up, Jimmy. I bet you got Rashi Rice, Jimmy. And keep the faith in Buka. Keep the faith in Buka. You're doing things without him. Imagine what you're going to do when he comes back. I see him in your avatar. I know you got him. Rise above always rises above. 10-man league heading into 7-6. Glad I traded for Judkins. Well, Judkins played okay. He could have played better, but he's still a nice play. Smitty, what are we doing with Buka going forward? I just said it, Scotty. I know you asked this before I said it, but we're finding a place to play him in your third wide receiver spot or your flex. If not, give me your dilemmas, and maybe you've got such a grandma league that you can put him on the bench. But I mean, look, slumps happen, bro. You gotta stick with the player, or you will miss the rebound. And if Buka has 110 and 2 touchdowns next week, guess who's going to be upset and crawling into their closet and sliding down to the floor in a little ball, and the wife's going to go, Scotty, the meatloaf's ready. And you're going to go, and she's looking for you. She hears this little, and she finds the closet. She opens it up, the accordion style closet in the corner of the house, and you're down in a little ball, like a little nub, wore yourself down. You wore yourself out. Like when a little kid makes himself cry, they wear themselves out and they start crying because they made themselves cry. That's what it's going to be like. You do what you got to do. But I'll help you with it if you give me the dilemmas. But I'm not sitting Buka. Did the math. I averaged 156 a game coming back from 2-6, 5-game winning streak. Because he watches this show, ladies and gentlemen. Because he watches this show. You gotta love it. The stories like this. Cinderella story. 5-game win streak. Put up 183 with Hendy left. It's amazing. Mahomes, Bijan, Achane, Ladd, Rice, Bowers, Hendy. How about our boy Bowers? We haven't even gone over those afternoon games yet, have we? We'll go over that in a second. Hendy, Tyler Warren, ETN keeper, League 7-6. Congratulations. This is a celebratory message, by the way. Congratulations, my boy. Smitty, I'm 3 leagues, 13-0, 10-3, 8-5 because of this show. I smell meatloaf. Yes, you do.
Let him cook.
I smell it. You smell it. We all smell it.
I smell meatloaf. Hey, Ma, the meatloaf.
Okay, super chats are cleared. I'll answer any additional ones in order in which they come in. Let's get these afternoon games summarized real quickly and then move on to any final thoughts. But we had the final games of this afternoon slate of games come through. And, we'll see what happens. Appreciate you all. Let's see here. What's the news on Herbert just coming in? Hold on. Let me pull up the news on Herbie. Because your boy's talking and this news is flying in, and I see all you scrambling around. Is Herbert out? How long is Herbert out? Herbert broke a bone in his hand and will have a procedure tomorrow, Jim Harbaugh said. Harbaugh said he doesn't know if Herbert will miss any time. So that's unfortunate, but, maybe Trey Lance steps up and gets an opportunity that's going to be kind of exciting to see if that is the case. Now, a procedure, I highly doubt Herbert's playing after having a procedure. But you never know with these things, and more will come tomorrow. But this is going to be a wild roller coaster ride all week with this one right here. So hang tight on that. Let's get these afternoon games recapped, and we'll touch on the Herbert situation even more. But scores for the afternoon game. Let's go to where is it? Let's go to the Raiders box score, and let's box score Bobby the hell out of this game real quickly. And then we'll jump straight into the next game, and then we'll go straight into the prep if we have any time before this other game kicks off. It's definitely nearing it. The game hasn't started yet, right? I think we still got time. I think I got more time than I really think. I think I blasted through that news quicker than I expected. Geno Smith, ladies and gentlemen, is no better than a, I don't know, Pop Warner quarterback. He is trash. He is absolute trash. 1 INT, 2 TDs. Genty, 31 yards. It gave him 15 carries, but it's trash. The offensive line is trash. Brock Bowers, 463 and 2 touchdowns. Unbelievable catch from Brock Bowers. Just an unbelievable grab that this guy had. This snag was unreal. It looked like the ball was going to get grounded. It looked like it was getting grounded. And Bowers falls down, and you're like, damn, he's too far away from the football. And then Bowers just reaches out like this on the ground and just catches the ball. Go gadget arms. He literally goes and pulls his arm out of socket, grabs the, not really, but it looked like it. If that's the way I envision it happening. Brock Bowers looked fantastic. We knew this would be a rebound for Brock. We thought it would be a rebound in volume for Genty, and it was. So we were right on the money on this coordinator coming in, the play calling first game out of the shoot. They were going to try and just feed Genty, feed Bowers. And they did that. But it wasn't enough because they have Geno. And this entire staff, including Pete, especially Pete, should be fired on the thought that this was a good move to bring in Geno to be their quarterback, pay him all this money. I don't know what to make of Genty. I still love Genty for the future, but we're going to have to tread lightly because this is a possibility that, like, just like the Jets, remember when the Jets were excited about the Jets and didn't work out, right? And then the next year we're excited again, it didn't work out, right? Even this year, excited again, didn't work out. This feels like it could be one of those environments where we think it's going to get better, but we have to see the quarterback in place. We have to see the changes in place. There has to be offensive line changes we can visibly see. So maybe we spread our wings elsewhere for a little while until we figure that out. And then once we see those changes, we can go all in on Genty in the leagues that are still available to draft in. So I think this is a tread lightly in the offseason as we watch the team re-evolve and rebuild itself. And you just got to say to yourself, Bowers will continue to eat. Genty, we want him in certain leagues, of course. I buy him in Dynasty, but there's a lot of concern here with what's going to be changing for next year. We need to know what it is. Does Pete Carroll stay? And if Pete Carroll stays, do they literally go, well, who's the quarterback? Well, Geno's still our quarterback. Then it's like, what are we doing? Why would we even invest in that? Look at our boy Vidal. Vidal, what do we say about Vidal? What do we say about Vidal all last night, the night before, and all this morning? That he was a sneaky start.
Let him cook.
Vidal dropped wads on the field, ladies and gentlemen. Wads, I tell you. 25 carries, 126 and a touchdown. Lad McConkey, 439 and a score. Nice day at the office for Laddie. Laddie did his thing. This is a tough one. What's everyone saying? Man, yeah, Herbert, man, this is crazy. Hopefully, we'll have more on Herbert, guys. You're just going to have to hang tight on Herbert. It's tough to know what to do with that situation. I honestly are going to lean on the run. We'll see if Hampton comes back. Vidal, 126 and a touch. And then what did Vidal do via the air? 1 for 11. Okay, 1 for 11. Gadsden, 1 for 27. Just absolutely disappointing. Gadsden completely fell on his face. I liked Gadsden and I liked Strange this week. So, took the W on Fannin for the most part. Love Fannin every week, a little more than I should. Just stick with Fannin no matter what. But I loved Strange. That delivered. I love Fannin every week. That delivered. I loved Gadsden this week. That did not deliver. That is on me. I apologize for any of you that had Fannin or Gadsden in your lineup and he didn't deliver. He's so good though. It's just so disappointing. But now I don't know what to expect. Like if Trey Lance gets in there, maybe Trey Lance loves Gadsden. Who knows? Keenan Allen, 4 for 30. He's just a body out there. Quentin Johnston, 3 for 23 and a touchdown salvage with the touchdown. Herbert, 2 touchdowns, 1 INT. Herbert is just like, I know everybody once in a while says Herbert's a great quarterback. And, he is a really good quarterback. But I'm kind of tired of the excuses all the time. It's always this or that. It's always the offensive line. It's always this and this. And that. And, you know, he was fantasy QB1 through like week 10 roughly. And so it was crazy how well he played. Okay, hold on. We're close to this game. I need to keep an eye on the game. But I'm getting tired of the excuses, you know. But I like him a lot. I would love to have him in Arizona. I'd love to have him in LV. I wish, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about another quarterback, and they're not going to get rid of him in LAC. Harbaugh loves him, so it's wasted time to even talk about it. But I wish we could like take, because Harbaugh I think would do well with anybody. So they take a young kid. Don't want J9. But take somebody else, you know, what if it was Trey? Who knows? We'll see what Trey does. But send Herbert to like Minnesota where he can really support someone like JJ, because there are teams in more in need than the players inside LAC who could survive better. It's just frustrating that Herbert's locked in there, and it's frustrating that they love him so much. Harbaugh loves him, thinks he's the best quarterback in the league, so I don't think he's getting rid of him. Box score on this Josh Allen and Buffalo Bill contest before this game gets closer to kicking off. Let me just screenshot this real quick. So this is the Buffalo game. Let me screenshot the next game and just get these on screen real quickly so I can blast through them. So we had the Buffalo game. We had the Seattle game. Let me screenshot the Seattle box score. And then what was the last game? Did I go over? What did I go over? I think I went over everything but one more game. This is the Minnesota game. And then which one did I not go over? So Raiders, Chargers, Buffalo. Oh, Rams game. Okay. Wait. No. Okay. Just the 3 games then. Okay. I went over that Rams game. All right, here we go. This one is from... So we did that one. The second of the 3 afternoon games was this one right here. The Buffalo. Okay, so Buffalo. Rodgers got hurt in the game, came back in. He's trash. 10, 21, 117. I said it week 1 on the Patreon. Rodgers is trash. It's not that he was great. He was amazing. I love Aaron Rodgers. But he's no longer that guy. He's not going to take you anywhere. What a disappointing season for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're going nowhere. There's no way this team has what it takes, even if they somehow tripped themselves into a time machine, made the playoffs, went back in time, won some games. There's just no way this team has got what it takes to win it. Multiple consecutive playoff wins against the best of the best. James Cook, 144. Started off real slow, and I hit the higher on underdog when he had like, I don't know what it's like 20, 30 yards. And it was like, you know, I think it was like he had 50 yards, and it was like 90 yards was all he needed at like the second quarter or something. So I smashed the over on underdog. I encourage you to do that too, especially in the middle of the game. I'm finding that, and I might do this on my Instagram and in Patreon, I'm finding that some of the best, you know, deals in terms of these hires is when the game's already taking place and a really good player started off slow, and they're almost guaranteed, you know, in your mind to come back, right? So when you have a player that's got 20 yards and they should have 100, and then they're really lowballing that expectation at like 50 or 60 yards on the game, you can do a mid-game contest, and that's what I'm finding I'm really liking and having good success with. James Cook, 144 yards. He cooked. 3 catches for 33 yards. Fantastic. Josh Allen, 1 touchdown, a rushing touchdown as well. Salvage his day. Only 123 passing. A little bit of a rut he's in, but 2 touchdowns was definitely good enough in this contest. Ray Davis looked good. If anything happens to Cook, Ray Davis is going to do what we thought he could do. And we're always loved about Ray Davis. Let's see. Knox, nothing of note over here. Darnell Washington, the leading receiver with 2 catches on this side of the football. What are we doing here? Jaylen Warren, 35 and a touch, salvaged. Obviously, 2 catches for 9 yards didn't hurt. Didn't extremely help, but didn't hurt. Gainwell, 2 of 25. And Gainwell had 20 yards on the ground. Kind of a nothing burger game for the most part. Kind of a very disappointing game. And then this final game right here, this Minnesota Vikings and Seattle game. Kenneth Walker, 56 yards. Charbonnet continues to just score. That's what he does, is he scores. It's like, but I think they're going to, no, they're not. It's not, nothing's happening. Like Walker looks good. Walker looks better. Walker ripped off 4.3 a carry, and Charbonnet was in the threes. But guess what happens? Walker is not going to get the touchdowns like Charbonnet will. And Charbonnet continues to be a very solid flex play. Walker did have 3 for 18. That was nice. A.J. Barner, 4 of 35. Kind of a recommended tight end each week for us. And not the greatest line, but not bad. Hawkinson finally had a decent game, 6 for 59. Let's see, where's Justin Jefferson? Oh, 2 for 4. This guy, Brosmer, might be the worst quarterback I've ever seen in my life. And we wondered, we're like, is this guy going to maybe be somebody that can surprise us? Nobody thought he had anything special. We had no evidence of it whatsoever, but we were just like, please, we don't ask for much in the fantasy football, prayer circle. But it was like, can we just get a gem here? Could he just be some unsung hero that's just sitting on the bench? No, he's not. 126 passing, 4 INTs, 0 touchdowns, and he targeted Jefferson 6 times, got him the ball twice for 4 yards. It was an absolute disaster. And I don't know what to tell you. I mean, J9, bring J9 back, please. Aaron Jones got hurt in this game. He always gets hurt. So Mason will be intriguing next week to some degree. And JSN over here, 2 for 23. You got 2 of the best, if not the 2 best. The 2 very best receivers maybe in the National Football League, in Jackson Smith and Jigba and Justin Jefferson. And we got 2 catches for JSN for 23 yards, 2 catches for 4 yards. It was just an absolute disappointment maker. And Darnold, 128, no touchdowns, no INTs. Just could at least get something in that category. Get an interception, get something so we see some sort of one up there. Darnold would just turn into a pumpkin like he did for the Vikings last year. You get in double-digit weeks and Darnold just falls apart. But, man, I do have more faith in Darnold than I do any other slumping quarterback. I'll tell you that. I think Darnold can deliver. But he's certainly sketchy, right? He's certainly up and down. You could feel like Goff on his worst day when he's off, and he could feel like Goff on his best day. Goff's a perfect example. It's like Darnold, though, can play like Goff outdoors in the cold pretty much 1 out of 4 games no matter where he's playing, though. That's the problem. At least Goff, we can predict it. He's outdoors. Oh, no. But with Darnold, it's like he'll play like Goff outdoors 1 out of every 3 games, 1 out of every 4 games, no matter where he's at. Dome, outside, sunshine, on the beach, in the snow. Doesn't matter. That is the wrap-up show, ladies and gentlemen. That is everything. We got 2 additional super chats waiting for your boy Smitty to answer. One from Rise Above, one from Jagger. Appreciate both of you swinging in with these 2 supers. And then we got a third super that just came in from Worldwide. Worldwide, appreciate you. I hope yours is good news. Rise Above says, Vidal had a great day today. I picked him up in a 10-man league. Great job, Rise Above. He's such a sneaky play today. And there's a chance Hampton's not ready next week. You don't know. Smitty, rest of season, back up, QB, Love, Purdy, or Young? Love. Easy answer for me. Overall best situation, and he can deliver. I'm not saying he's consistent. All those guys aren't. Taking over someone's team in a 1-player keeper league next year. Not thrilled with my options. Then why do it? I guess the challenge, but comes down to CMC or James Cook. Oh, with those options, okay. I'm not a CMC fan, but well, look, I'm taking Cook because CMC, the likelihood of CMC, this is like Derrick Henry last year. You thought, okay, could he do it one more? Could he do it? At some point, you're going to have to make a decision. And the likelihood of CMC staying healthy another year goes down. And he's still got he's got a bye week beautifully placed right here. So credit to CMC for staying healthy. That stem cell situation, as Travis says, needs to be looked at because this is remarkable that he stayed healthy. And there's still some time left. So don't count your eggs before all the chickens hatch, or count your chickens before all the eggs hatch, rather. But this is a situation where it's like you can continue to play this game and say, yeah, CMC again next year if you want. I'm not doing that. I'd take James Cook, but maybe you can trade CMC to up a pick somewhere. Try and move that around to get your first rounder upgrade, or move someone's third rounder, your third rounder to their second, or your fourth rounder to their third, or something like that. Debo or Franklin, probably Debo, but trust your gut. What are we doing with Ibuka? You just got to play him, bro. I mean, you could sit him if you want. I'm not sitting him. I'm not. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not a one-game reaction, Ronnie. I'm not going to react to that. Things are going to happen. Slumps are going to happen. You got to stick with your players that you believe in. If you don't believe in them, then yeah, get rid of them. But I believe in him, and I know he's in a slump right now. It is what it is. More on Herbert. Let me see if there's any more on Herbert. I don't see an update. Herbert left hand. I'm treating it as if I'm playing on Monday, says Herbert. I'm treating it as if I'm playing on Monday. That's what Herbert's reaction is to his procedure. Guys, I appreciate every single one of you. Congratulations to all the Bijan people out there. This is for later. We'll have plenty of time to celebrate that for the next game after this one for tomorrow, but that's tomorrow. Let's talk about today. Let's get on the horn right now and call Triple H and Associates and see if we can get something dialed up here for Harvey. So hang tight while I dial in.
Call the Associates.
Hello? Triple H and Associates? Yeah, I need at least 2 touchdowns or 110-1. We can handle that for RJ Harvey. Done.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Guys, I'll see you for the wrap-up show of the Sunday evening game. We'll do waiver wire, although waiver wire is going to become a little less prominent. We might just toss around some names on the board, but I don't know how many. We'll definitely have stuff for you to go after. I mean, we'll tear into it. Appreciate you all. See you all after this game, this Washington Commander affair. Do they get blown out by the Denver Broncos, or does what happened to the Rams happen to the Broncos tonight? Because damn, man. I mean, damn. And on this note, one more time.
Get buckied. 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 Oh, Bucky.
Yeah.
You've just been...
All right. See you all later. Appreciate you. Be back right after the game. Don't be late. We're usually streaming. The chat room is open in the live stream, usually like 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes before the game ends. So congregate here as the Oh, and real quickly, don't go anywhere yet. Hold on. 526 of you still there. In the chat right now, I have 500 of you. How many people do I have on Rumble? Because I did stream live to Rumble at the same time tonight. We're trying to get those numbers pumped up over on Rumble. So let's see what we got over there on the Rumble. Let's see how many people we got in the door. We got. So we're almost at 700 followers already on Rumble. That's crazy how quickly it's growing. But guys, here is the Rumble link. I want everybody in the building, 500 of you right now still in the building, go subscribe to the Rumble channel. You're going to get exclusive content there that you cannot get on the YouTube channel. So it is important to watch the Rumble channel. Now, I've been multi-streaming the last couple of shows, just getting people aware of it, but there will be a dedicated Rumble show nearly every day, or at least 5 days a week. So click that Rumble link. If you're asking what Rumble is, click it. It's free. It's a video platform just like YouTube. It's probably the second biggest video platform out there. If you don't know about it, I'm kind of shocked. But if you don't, check it out. Click it. It's free. It's like YouTube. And we'll be on Rumble, exclusive video once a week or once a day, at least Monday through Friday on Rumble at some point. I don't know when I'll pull the trigger on that. But right now I sometimes multi-stream, sometimes do a standalone video like you'll see on there. But eventually you'll have to make sure you're subscribed and watching Rumble, because every video there I will try to have exclusively for Rumble. It's not going to take away from anything on YouTube. It's just going to be an additional piece of glory for you. So go hit that Rumble link, subscribe to Rumble, or follow me over on Rumble. I want to see 700. I want to see 700 followers by the time we go live on it next. We got 687. We just need a few more to get to 700 over on Rumble. Do it live. And to be honest with you, let's see. Yay, appreciate Yay in the chat on Rumble. I'm gonna talk to you guys on Rumble a lot, and sometimes, I'll answer questions over there. I'll see you all after for the wrap-up show. Appreciate every single one of you. Deuce.